Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Great Life Academy. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe Great Life Academy. Today I'm going to read chapter 4 of your Civic Education Grade 10 English Medium textbook. Okay, let's start. Chapter 4 is about economic systems and economic relations. Under that, through the study of this chapter, you will require the ability to investigate basic economic problems and economic activities, explore information about various economic systems, analyze the present economic systems in relation to development, analyze the influence of globalization on Sri Lanka. So you'll learn all of these things within chapter 4 of your civic education textbook. Let's start reading the chapter. 4.1 Topic Basic economic problems and economic activities. Under that, man is subject to various needs and wants when living in a social system. When attempting to satisfy these wants, man has to face various problems. The manner in which each society acts in attempting to resolve these problems is different. The manner in which societies are organized in order to solve the basic economic problems faced by man is termed an economic system. You may already be aware of various needs and wants arising when living as a group in a society. Primary essentials for man's existence are called needs. Clothes, housing, food, etc. are examples of needs. They are explained as basic needs. The above needs are fulfilled by various persons in different ways. Various forms of wants are called needs. Although housing is a basic need, in the fulfillment of this need, houses are constructed in various forms such as huts, wattle and daub houses, large houses, condominiums, etc. From the example above, it is clear that they are diverse according to the socio-economic condition of the individual in need. We know that the wants of individuals are different as much as they are unlimited. But we are also aware that resources for the satisfaction of these wants are limited. Although we need to build a large house, problems arise when we attempt to build it based on requirements such as the land available, finances, etc. Therefore, if this unlimited necessity is to be met with the resources available, it becomes necessary to function in this context of a systematic and scientific methodology. Next topic, basic economic problems. Under that, we learned earlier that we have to face various problems in endeavoring to satisfy human needs and wants. These problems are common to any economic system. Boundless needs and wants of man and limited resources available to satisfy them give rise to these problems. We call this a shortage. Because of shortage, selection has to be done when fulfilling wants. Problems that any economic system has to face are called basic economic problems. They can be divided into three main categories. Number one, how much of it is to be produced. Under that, it becomes necessary to decide as to which good is to be produced, utilizing the resources available. And also the problem arises as to how much of the selected articles are to be produced. The primary reason for this problem is the availability of a number of alternative uses of the resources. Since it is not possible to satisfy all the needs and wants of the individual, first of all, he has to decide as to which necessities are to be fulfilled first. This picture shows several alternative decisions that can be taken in this regard. It is according to the manner in which the economy is organized that a decision as to how many items of each are to be produced can be taken. Next one, number 2, how is it produced? After solving the problem as to how many units of the goods are to be produced, the next economic problem to be faced is regarding how they are to be produced. In this regard, two sub-problems need to be faced. They are number 1, what is the technique to be applied? Number 2, by which section is the production to be made? Number 1, what is the technique to be applied? There are two main techniques employed in production. Number 1, capital intensive. Capital intensive is the utilization of machinery and other capital equipment extensively for the production of goods. Example, if machinery is used for agriculture extensively, it is called capital intensive agriculture. Next method is labor intensive. Labor intensive is the extensive employment of humans in the production of goods. Example, if a large labor force is used in agriculture, it is labor intensive agriculture. Number 2, which section does the production? Deciding as to which sector does the production. There are three sectors when production takes place. As to how production is carried out is of secondary importance. Production of goods and services, state sector, private sector, or state and private sectors combined. State sector, examples, mineral oil production, state sector education, railway service. Private sector examples, production of garments, private sector education. State and private sector combined examples, telephone services carried out jointly by the state and private sector, and construction of roadways. Various types of business entities such as sole traders, corporations, partnerships, cooperatives have been formed in order to facilitate the production in the modern world. Number 3, third problem, for whom is it produced? Deciding about for whom goods and services are produced is meant by this. Society is made up of various groups in terms of capability to purchase. In this instance, it is important as to which of these groups is targeted when producing. That is, deciding on the consumers among whom the goods and services are to be distributed. Luxury goods which derive a high profit are to be produced for people receiving high incomes, or otherwise are essential goods to be produced for those receiving low incomes. Decisions taken in this regard can be noted as examples. Next topic, production factors and payments for them. In the satisfaction of human needs, various goods and services are made use of. These goods are of two main types. Number 1, economic goods. Under that, goods that bear a cost in production and involve payment of a price for use thereof. Examples, the features above can be seen in food, clothes, medicine, etc. Next one, non-economic goods. Goods that are provided free to us by nature. Examples, sunlight, water, and air. There are instances where non-economic goods provided free to us at times become economic goods. Example, although we get water free of charge, we have to pay for bottled water. Another example, we have to pay for sunlight converted to electricity. Next one, a price has to be paid for nitrogen stored and used in vehicles. Number 1, land. The earth and all resources related to earth belong to land. The payment made for this use in the production process is known as rent. Number 2, labor. The physical and mental energy spent by various individuals in the production of goods and services is called labor. Since laborers, farmers, drivers, etc. spend comparatively more physical energy, it is called physical labor. As doctors, engineers, teachers, etc. spend comparatively more mental energy, it is called mental labor. Payment that is done for labor is called wages. Number 3, capital. The various equipment and machinery on which man invests for the purpose of production are capital. Machinery, buildings, etc. are considered as capital. Payment made with respect to capital is called interest. Number 4, entrepreneurship. Production factors are not located in one single place. They lie scattered in different places and among different individuals. The task of laboring to bring together the production factors distributed for the production process is called entrepreneurship. Payment made for this is called profits or profit. Next topic, process taking place in an economy. Various processes take place in an economy. These processes can be divided into 3 main parts: production, distribution, and consumption. Number 1, production. Production is the process of the alteration of resources so as to facilitate satisfaction of human needs in an economy. The production taking place in an economy can be basically divided into 3 sections. Number 1, agricultural products. Tea, rubber, coconut, paddy, and other types of grain, vegetables, fruits, meat, fish, eggs, etc. Industrial products, machinery, motor vehicles, garments, stationery, instant food, etc. Services, education, health, postal, telecommunication, electricity, transport, etc. Commodities produced can be divided into 3 sections according to the manner in which they are made use of. Consumer goods. Goods and services utilized for the wants and needs of individuals are called consumer goods. Example, foodstuff, clothes, medicine, etc. Used daily. Intermediate goods. Goods that are utilized for the production of a particular good are called intermediate goods. Special feature of intermediate goods is that they cannot be reused. Example, fertilizer used in paddy production. Timber used in the manufacture of furniture. Next one, capital goods. Capital goods are goods utilized directly in the production process. They are also called export goods. Capital goods can be used again and again in the production process. Example, machinery, buildings, vehicles, etc. Number 2, distribution. Distribution is the process of delivering the produced goods to the consumer. In the past, since one person produced the goods required by one's own self, there was no exchange of goods involved. Afterwards, a system of exchange of one type of goods and another type of goods came into being. For example, in the production of paddy, one's excess production was given to another, and salt, dry fish, clothes, etc. were received in exchange. At present, goods came to be exchanged to the market with money as the medium. This process is called trade. Trade takes place not only in the interior of a country but also internationally. Trade can be divided into two main types. Wholesale trade. Wholesale trade is a process by which the goods produced are supplied to intermediate traders in large stocks instead of the final consumer. Wholesale trade takes place between the producer and the wholesale trader and the wholesale trader and the retail trader. Retail trade. Retail trade is the provision of goods obtained from the producer or the wholesale trader to the consumer. The retail trader is the last person met when goods flow from the producer to the customer. Next one, consumption. Number 3. Consumption is the fulfillment of human needs and wants using the goods and services produced by an economy. The individual who fulfills his needs in this manner is called a consumer. The goods that directly contribute to the fulfillment of the needs and wants of the individual are called consumer goods. The utilization of food, drink, clothes, vehicle in the fulfillment of one's needs are examples. Next topic, exploring information on various economic systems. Under that, an economic system shows how various organizations deal with the solution of basic economic problems as to what man faces, to what extent, what manner, and for whom it is produced. This is called an economic system. These economic systems are basically divided into three main parts. Number 1, capitalist systems. Number 2, socialist systems. Number 3, mixed systems. Next topic, the capitalist economic system. An economic organization where property, mostly owned by the private sector, handled with the intention of profit making is called a capitalist economy system. Given below are a few basic qualities of such an economy. Number 1, existence of a competitive market. Number 2, ownership of production factors owned by the private sector, producing. Number 3, production being profit oriented. Number 4, unequal distribution of profits. Next para, in capitalist economic systems, an effort is made to attract customers to one's product and retain them through massive publicity campaigns is quite evident. However, the consumer has the liberty to purchase products of his choice out of the goods available in the market. Examples of countries where capitalist economic systems prevail are the United States of America, Great Britain, Japan, and Australia. However, total capitalist economic systems cannot be seen in the world, where some properties are controlled by the state sector. Next topic, socialist economic systems. Economic organizations in which a central planning body is functioning to solve basic economic problems and the properties under common ownership are called a socialist economic system. Socialist economic systems are also called planned economic systems or state enterprise economic systems. Given below are a few basic qualities of such an economy. Number 1, property is state-owned. Number 2, the economy is handled by a central planning board. Number 3, in the solution of basic economic problems, the focus is on the common good. North Korea and Cuba can be cited as examples of countries where socialist economic systems exist. It is evident that the existing socialist economic systems are undergoing changes. Next topic, mixed